You might not know it, but there's a version of you that you haven't met yet. The version that speaks up, who takes bold risk, who lives with clarity and conviction. But you're not living as that version, are you? At least you're not right now. Not yet. And it's not because you're lazy or undisciplined or unmotivated. It's because of what I like to call the audacity gap, the space between the life you're living and the one you're meant to live. And today I want to show you exactly how to see it, name it, and start crossing it. But before you do anything else, before you fix your life, plan your year, chase your dreams, you have to create space. Not space on your calendar, that's not what I'm talking about. I mean space in your life. I mean silence. Albert Einstein once said, "I think 99 times. I find nothing. I stop thinking, swim in silence, and the truth comes to me." We live in constant noise in this day and age. Notifications, content, pressure, distraction. But if you never pause, you can't hear what your life is really trying to tell you. And that might sound hippie to you until you actually do this and see the results of it. Something starts to bubble up inside of you. From there, it's up to you to notice. So here's your first move. You find 1 hour, no phone, no inputs, just you, a pen, and a quiet place to think. Now, after you get into a rhythm of simply creating space, I want you to grab a pen and paper. On the left side, I want you to write down everything that takes up your time, your money, your energy, and your mental space right now in your life. Not the curated version, the real version of your life. The work, bills, habits, screens, stress, obligation, every piece of your current reality. It's easy to ignore this part, I think, but you can't change your life until you actually clearly see your life. Now, on the right side of the page, write down what you wish filled your life, your dreams, your ideal day, the version of you that you know is possible, but you haven't quite lived into yet. Ask yourself while writing this out, what would I do if I had 10 times more courage? What would I create if I wasn't afraid of failing? What kind of person do I want to become before I die? Now that list, that's your true self. That is who you really are. Not who the world's told you to be, but who you truly should be. And chances are it probably looks nothing like the left side of your paper, which is the life you're currently living. And the realization of that alone is enough to step away from this video and ponder on that distance, that gap. Why? Why is it there? Now look at the space between these two columns that you've written on. That's what I call the audacity gap. It's not just a productivity issue. It's not just fear. It's the space between the life that consumes you and the life that calls to you. Does it make sense? And the only way to cross it, or to get yourself across it, at least in my own mind, is through something called audacity. Audacity is the willingness to take a bold risk, even when you're scared, especially when you're scared. But here is the hard part. Just because you want to change your life doesn't mean you hate your life right now, right? I'm sure you've got some things you love. I know I do too. Your family, your faith, your routines, the little joys that ground you. So now if you choose to be bold, you're kind of walking a tightrope, because growth means letting go, but not burning it all down per se, at least in the way that I want to balance my life. So after looking at that gap, ask yourself 2 questions. What do I want to protect at all cost? And what am I finally ready to release? This is how you move forward without losing yourself. Draw circles around the things you want to protect on the left side and squares around that which you need to release. And now comes the decision. Growth and action, they're not optional in getting across this gap. You can't journal your way across it. You can't overthink your way into alignment. You have to do something bold. You have to take action. Something that stretches your identity. Something that says, I'm no longer waiting to feel ready. I'm going to move now. For me, it was launching a podcast, the One Audacious Move podcast, putting my voice out there, sharing the mess while I'm still in it, or a million other tiny things that I've done in my life ever since I quit engineering to move to an orphanage in Honduras about a decade ago. And next week, it'll be something else, one audacious move at a time. And that's why that's why I named this video the Audacity Gap. And that's why I think it's so important to simply and firstly be aware of. Oftentimes, we will end up having bursts of boldness at some point in our lives. But if we were able to take stock of when we made those moves, chances are we could have made them a lot sooner. We could have had that boldness, that audacity move us closer to who we wanted to be sooner if we would have chosen to move. And that power is always right there, ready to be harnessed in you. It's just a choice. The biggest question you must ask yourself now is, given the things that I've circled in the left column and the things I put squares around that I don't want to keep or that I think are holding me back, what is something bold I can actually do, even in a dream world, that would help me at least a little bit cross that gap to the other side of who I envision myself becoming? Is it letting go of something? Is it signing up for a class? Is it saying no to something? Is it saying yes to something? Calling someone and confronting them about an issue? I think only you can know what that will be. But if you can't stop and sit in silence and take 10 minutes to do this short exercise on a piece of paper, chances are you don't actually want that dream life, which is why it will stay in dreamland, or you might take 20 years longer to get to there than if you went now, because you can do this now. So this video isn't a solution. I just want to make that clear. It's a mirror of what is going on inside of you. I just want to point you to yourself. You know what's on the left side of that column and you know what's on the right side. You see the gap. Now it's your move. Now, if this video resonated with you, I would be so stoked if you subscribe to this channel, if you happen to listen to the One Audacious Move podcast, and if you join me in weekly taking stock of who we are and where we're headed. That's all I want you to do. Just slow down with me once a week. Take stock of where you're headed. Most people aren't doing it. It'll change your life. I promise you that. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'll see you next week.